episode number 241, SEMA Show 2019. Welcome to the Camaro Show,
a podcast about all things Camaro and GM Performance News.
I'm Chris Frezza.
And I'm Jason Debler.
We're your hosts for this week's episode of the Camaro Show. Want to be part of our show? It's easy.
Just leave a message on our voicemail hotline at 586-486-3182.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And welcome back, everyone, for another exciting show. I'm Chris.
I'm Jason.
What's going on, dude? I was going to say Camaro Show, but I was burping up hot dogs or something. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm wiped out, dude. I didn't get back from SEMA until 3 o'clock in the morning.
Dude, I'm jet lagged as well, dude. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Like I can't believe it's 3 o'clock right now. My time, anyway.
The time difference is killer, bro.
Recording this just coming back from the SEMA show, and what a show it was, in good ways and in bad ways, I think. Oh, by the way,
yes.
I was talking to. Who was I talking to? Was I talking to somebody that was having a display there? And I said, "Hey, how are you? How's it going? I just want to check out your stuff." And the guy goes, "You got a great voice for radio." I'm like, just so happens I do a podcast. Bam! Here's a business card.
Yep. Boom. Perfect.
Yeah. So obviously, based on the title, based on what I just said, we are back.
We're back from SEMA. We kind of we're getting ready for SEMA last weekend, and I know you flew out earlier than I did. So we put a best of show up last week. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. But we have all the goods for you.
The goods.
And what's going on with SEMA.
And the bads.
And the bads. Mm-hmm.
And the bads.
So where do you want to start? When you got there before me.
Yeah, I got there a couple of days early. A few days early, actually. The wife and I, we haven't taken time away out of town in a couple, 3 years easy. And we just wanted to get away. Her dad was in town so he could watch our dogs. He was visiting, so he pretty much showed up. We fed him dinner, and then we took off to Vegas. And then she came back a little bit early. But what I did is I went out and I rented a slingshot. Hot dog. A Polaris slingshot. If you don't know what it is, look it up, and then you'll go, "Oh yeah, I've seen those." Rented it using the Turo app, which was pretty cheap. It was for 24 hours. It was like $80, but the insurance for the full boat insurance, like I could drive it into a tree and then set it on fire and walk away and go, was like $60, but good peace of mind. Took it out to Red Rock Canyon and just took the drive around. It was very, very cool. And it was fun driving that thing. Definitely not a daily driver type of thing you want to do, though.
It looked cool.
It is cool, and the handle's really cool.
Your
but
pictures and your video were cool.
Since the guy rents it out all the time, it was rather rough on some aspects, but otherwise it ran fine.
Beat on?
Yeah, I think it was pretty beat on pretty good. The rear tire was damn near bald, and every time you gave it gas, the belt squealed because it's belt drive. But once you got up to speed, it did all right. Only about 70, 75 miles per hour on the highway before it just feels like it's like, okay, dude, okay, that's enough. That type of thing.
Well, that's cool. You guys had a good time with it?
I had a good time, came back, lost a bunch of money at the 3-card poker table. That hurts.
Vegas, baby. Vegas.
It hurts. But then, then the wife, you guys showed up. We got together. We ran over, you and I, Chris, as you know, we got our media passes and went and drank some beers. And the wife went home the next day, and there we are.
It was time for the show.
Time for the show.
But before that, I mean, the day before the show, SEMA does all these big press conferences outdoors. Now, in years past, not last year, but 2017, 2016, 2015, General Motors would have a large media press conference for an introduction to the stuff that they're going to be showing at SEMA, and it's for families and friends and the media, right? But for some reason, they don't do that anymore. So they take part in the outside global SEMA press conference where it's from all the different manufacturers. They show 1 or 2 vehicles. And we did that from, what was it, like 6 to 8 or something like that? 6. Before it started.
I think so, because I had to go all the way back to my hotel room to get my media pass to get in.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
GM showed off a C8 convertible. That blue, I can't remember the name of the blue.
It's not No, it's not Nassau, is it? No.
No.
Oh. Somebody said it was Barbie blue.
And then
Non-metallic.
Yeah. And then the C8R pulled
Yep.
up. And that was pretty badass, right?
That thing sounds cool, man.
And then something that didn't make a sound at all came next. And that was the C10, the electric C10, the EC10, I think they called it.
It did make some sound.
Yeah,
you hear something.
Right. As someone, I heard someone say next to me as it drove by, they're like, wow, that thing just sounds like a Dell server.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Yeah, it sounds like something is humming and running,
Yeah.
but definitely nothing internal combustion because it's not.
Yeah.
But that's the neat part about that is they were inside that was what is going to be, I don't know if it's available soon, I think, their electric crate engine that bolts up to a regular bell housing.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
So if you got an old beat up pickup truck with a bad engine, guess what? You yank the engine out and drop their crate engine in. You've got an electric vehicle. Now, it's not a performance vehicle like the eCopo, which we're also going to be talking about in just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what they say 0 to 60 in like 6 seconds or something like that.
5.5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah, nothing outrageous, but something. And then you could take it out if you want to build a regular internal combustion engine and put it in its place. It's you don't have to make it so you can't swap back and forth. This is the beginning of this, I think. I think there's going to be a lot more. Next thing you know, there's going to be crate engines from Chevrolet Performance that you can drop into your, I don't know,
whatever
4th gen Camaro that'll make it go 10s out of the box.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
On this thing, the peak output was 450 horsepower, and the estimated range is around 250 miles.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy, but it's pretty huge too. A 0 to 60 time in 5 seconds, range in a quarter mile in about 13 seconds. Nothing
Decent,
to sneeze,
though.
Nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah. And Jerry Epstein didn't kill himself.
Oh boy. What the hell? Where'd that come from?
I just thought of it because I've been seeing it everywhere. Anyway, so back to that. And then, well, I don't think we paid attention to anything else after that. That was pretty much it. No Camaros to display. It wasn't the big fanfare that was before, though. No. In the same regard, no Silverados. I mean, usually the previous events were the entire spectrum. We're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing the other thing, and here's all these celebrities and this and that and the other thing. Mm-hmm. And they did have a couple celebrities out there, which was kind of cool. But
and that's where they also announced the winners of the SEMA Awards. That was the very first thing they did. The Chevy Silverado won pickup truck of the year for SEMA, and Mustang won car. Of the year.
And 4x4 SUV of the year, Jeep Wrangler, Best Sport Compact, Audi RS3, and Best Power Sports Vehicle of the year, the Polaris Razor. Here's the thing that we were educated on about car vehicle of the year for SEMA. Well, Al told us this because we right after the Chevrolet little presentation was done, we ran into Al and talked. Al Oppenheiser, former chief engineer, and still probably has something to do with Camaro. Hanging out, and we talked with him, and he explained that he just found out it's not a committee vote or anything like that. It's just how many cars are there. They have people walking around counting cars. Yeah. And the way that Ford did it is that they gave everybody dollar cars, which Chevrolet used to as well. Basically, they find a builder that's going to have a car in SEMA, and they say, "We'll give you this car for $1." Basically you get a free car as long as you put just as much money as you would put into it by buying the car.
Right.
And then you represent the vehicle and the brand there at the SEMA show. And it's really hard to get accepted for that. They don't just give them away randomly, but they must have given away a lot of them for Ford to become #1 car.
Yep, the Ford Mustang.
See a lot of Mustangs there. I'm sure they were there. I just didn't notice.
I didn't realize that was how they did it, but thanks, Al, for letting us know.
Yeah. So it's basically whoever spends the most money gets it.
Because it was weird this year. Normally the top 3 cars always up: Mustang, Camaro, Challenger. Nope, not this year. Camaro, Mustang, Acura, huh?
Audi RS. Yeah. What the heck is RS3? Audi RS3 look like the sport comp? Who cares? Anyway, so there was that. overall, the whole show, there really wasn't tons for Camaros. So yeah, I saw probably more Mustangs than Camaros if I think about it.
Overall,
And of course, I saw a lot of Chevy Silverados, lots and lots of trucks.
yeah.
And we're not talking normal trucks. We're talking brodozers. The giant mega lifted with the 22-inch wheels that have a lip that's 4 feet deep. And, well, that's it. That's pretty much it.
Things I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in.
Some of them look pretty good when they're not, well, brodozers, but they're just lifted big trucks,
Sure.
You can appreciate the work and engineering that goes into them, but man, there was a lot of them. Chevrolet's display, strong highlight of engines. That was in the center, and lots of engines. I would say more engines than cars for sure. In the center of the entire display, it took up maybe, I'd say 40% of the entire display.
Chevrolet's display was significantly different this year.
It definitely was.
Definitely. One Camaro. That's it. And it was the LT1 convertible concept. That's it.
Yep.
No other Camaros before. It was they'd have at least 3 or 4.
4.
Yeah.
Well, they did have the John Force Copo Camaro there, if that counts.
Yeah, they had the Copo, but that's, well,
Yep.
I guess you can count it as a Camaro. I mean, it is a part.
but you can't count it as a car.
Right.
It is a part.
Mm-hmm.
Ford Mustang.
What about it?
The big deal, since it was car of the year, the thing that Ford released, though, is an electric Mustang. It's pretty cool and all. Last year, when Chevrolet released the eCopo, but the Ford Mustang Lithium is a fully electric prototype muscle car, street car, not a drag car like the eCopo was. And if you want to catch all the details, check out musclecarsandtrucks.com. There's an article about it. It's all right. It looks good and all that, but this is one more feather in the cap of electric performance vehicles. It's a one-off, though.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What else?
I stuck around the Chevrolet display just for the main vehicles we were taking pictures of and stuff like that. And then right next to it was SVE's booth. Where they unveiled their 2020 Yenko Camaro supercharged stage 2 1,000 horsepower vehicle, which I think are they doing 50 of them this year? I think Ed said they're doing 50. They only did 25 last year, but because they're not doing a Corvette this year, I think they're adding 25 more cars. So I believe they're doing 50 of those.
I was hungover when they did that unveil, so I thought he might have said 69, like the original, like the Copo thing, but it must be me not thinking clearly. Yeah, normally they do 25, though.
Yeah. Badass car only available in manual transmission because they order the cars as 1LEs. And as you know, you can only get 1LE cars and manual transmission.
And it was that shock color.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. And what's really cool is the hood, even though it's painted, is completely carbon fiber.
Mm-hmm.
And they just kind of like stenciled out the area where it's like the S, the Y.
Exposed weed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm trying to think of anything. I went to the new products display and I saw a trend of, Brodozer wheels and also throttle controllers, because everything's going to drive-by-wire. Throttle controllers have been around for a while, where it's pretty complicated, my understanding is, but there's a signal going from the gas pedal or the accelerator to the throttle body through a wire, not a cable, but a wire sending a signal, and then the throttle body responds accordingly. Faster you hit the pedal, the faster it pops the throttle body open. Well, I guess they do something to either enhance or amplify or speed up the signal that goes there, so you have better and quicker throttle response. I think I saw probably 8 or 9 different companies offering them.
Wow.
And before, I knew of a couple, 3 of them, but these are companies I'd never heard of before. So it seemed like that is the big deal, is and they're plug and play. It just intercepts the signal, kind of like a Hypertech, module used to do. But I thought it was really neat that suddenly there's all over the place.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I've got one in my Corvette.
Really?
It came with it.
Okay.
It seems to work, but that could be one of those things that's all in your head. And then I did a lot of walking around.
Yep. I
was-
did. I think I did for the first day I was there. I did 23,000 steps.
Oh, man.
And subsequent days, between 12 and 15,000.
Yep. I averaged right around 18,000. It was pretty cool. It was cool hanging out with our buddy Jason Port.
Good old Jason Port. Camaro News. Yep. He went over to the wheel and tire section. I guess that's where Dodge was. And
Yeah.
He kept sending me messages. He goes, "I just met the Donk Master." I don't know who this is. Apparently it's a guy. He's very popular apparently on Instagram, and he has these cars that have like huge donks on them, and he races them.
Donk Master.
Yeah.
Yep. He donk racing.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, there's a TV show about it.
He said he's going to get his own TV show.
Yeah, September. Well, actually, started September 14th, 2019. Donk Master, yo.
He goes, "Yo, I just met the Donk Master." I go, "Who's that?"
Oh, speaking of things that need to stop,
What?
how's about that Trans Am concept again?
Hey, how about it? They just won't let it die.
This year, it did look pretty good, though. It looked like it wasn't something that
they
was done in
generally-
somebody's backyard
I mean,
garage.
they generally do a good job at the car, but it's overdone. It's stop. Just stop. What are the T-tops too?
And of course, everybody's like, they need to bring it back. Yeah, maybe, but business doesn't work that way. And it's sad, but I hate to sound like an a-hole about this, but seriously, get over it. Maybe that's unfair, but I'm just tired of people trying to make things out of things that are not.
Apparently,
But then again,
there's
what do I care? What do I
apparently
care?
there's a large market for them overseas, so who knows?
Well, yeah. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I think it's unfair that people still criticize General Motors for not making it anymore. They would have kept making them and kept Pontiac if people bought more Pontiacs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all your fault.
So it's like
And mine. Chris, it's my fault too.
well, it's like the people. It's the same people who complain about, they're complaining they're not making enough stick shift cars, and save the stick shift cars. But people aren't buying it. So I mean, if you're not going to buy it, why would they continue making it? You know what I mean?
Yep. It's crazy. Let's see here. Let's talk about something here. I want to talk about something. I got a public service announcement here. We need to reinforce a rule here. Never, ever touch another person's car in a parking lot, at a car show, at a convention, even SEMA. Don't do it. Recently, you guys might have seen this complete asshat newscaster climbing onto a very rare and expensive classic cars, thinking he was hot shit because he could, and then he dinged a car next to it. He was reckless, throwing himself up on somebody else's classic car, thinking that it makes my teeth grind. And it's really promoted all over the internet socially, but Haggerty, who I love their newsletter, wrote an article about it. And one of the replies that somebody made in the comment section was, how this kind of nonsense strikes someone as appropriate in any situation is kind of bewildering. And then somebody else replied with, you really haven't spent much time mingling in modern society lately, have you?
That person was fired, weren't they?
Yeah, but he's done a-hole-ish things before, too. He's like the Geraldo Rivera of douchebag newscasters.
Remember, I don't think it was last year, it was the year before. Remember those YouTubers were going through SEMA and they were getting other people to jump on these cars pretending like they were in the booth? Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
They're like, yeah, go ahead and test this out. It's really strong. Just keep jumping up and down on it. And then the people who owned the car came out and they're like, what the hell are you doing? And they're like, this guy told me to jump up and down. And he goes, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, I forgot about that. I did touch one car. I did touch one car when I was there.
Oh, you did?
That's right. It was my friend Jim's car.
But you were sending him a picture while you were touching it.
Oh, no. I took a picture of it and sent it to him.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, I thought you said weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've known Jim for 20 plus years, and Jim knows that My fingertip was clean with no dirt. And his car is really cool, man. I like what he did. Not my personal first choice of cars.
Yeah.
But man, it's what he did makes me a fan of it. That's true. It's a good looking car. I could rant for hours about this, and people, it's a big deal. It's just a car. I'm not hurting anything. Okay.
It's not your car.
Bring your 14-year-old daughter over here. Let me touch her. I'm not hurting anything.
Ouch.
It's just a girl. I'm not hurting anything. That's one example. What's another one? Kicking tires. You're not going to hurt anything kicking the tires. Can I kick the tires on your car? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? It's not going to hurt anything. It's just a tire. How do you like that? Your mama. Okay, and then that's going to lead me into this one. Idiots. Lots of idiots at SEMA. I'm glad you see. We go to SEMA, Chris. You and I, we go to SEMA to see old friends, right?
See old friends, make new friends, make connections, cover the show. Absolutely.
And when we see old friends, do we stop right in the middle of the walkway that's already ridiculously congested to catch up? No, we step aside and let people by, and we're near the wall. Oh, no, but people can't do that. They stand right in the way, pretending like they're the only people in the world. It's the same as the people that think that it's great to walk 1 mile a year while they're texting somebody, blocking 50 people behind them. Die in a fire. And that's what grinds my gears.
Yeah.
Chris, back to you.
Well, I mean, the people who are walking amongst a giant herd of people, and they decide, I'm just going to stop and turn around and go the other way. And they walk right into you.
It's called the John Force about face.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened. And you clotheslined him.
Yeah. I saw John. Wave to him.
He's a good guy. He's a real good guy. And I'm glad you didn't hurt him when he plowed into your shoulder is pretty much what happened.
He doesn't know who I am.
But yeah, John Force was there with his team talking about the Copo Camaro. That was pretty cool.
Yep, they're doing a special edition, one car. They're going to be auctioning that thing off for charity. And listening to John speak, he is bidding on the car. He wants the car with his name on it.
Didn't he say that whoever does buy it, he's gonna be buddies with them?
Yep, that's what he said. Yeah, that's cool.
That's because it's for charity.
Yeah. That's
pretty cool. So overall, the SEMA show, kind of not what it used to be. And I don't know, maybe it's because I've been going there for 13 or 14 years. I don't know, 15 maybe. And, it's kind of old hat, just doesn't feel like what it used to be. I'm not sure why.
Definitely. This is my 10th year.
Is it?
Going to SEMA, yeah. Something's different. I don't know what it is, but something's definitely different with the show. I don't get there as much content out of. I mean, primarily we go after Chevrolet and GM, right? And I'm just not seeing the meat from them like we had in the past before we had access to, like Al, who was the chief engineer of Camaro, and Todd or Fitz and Cheryl and all those people. And other people just showing all sorts. They'd have different. I mean, they showed the Synergy Camaro there. They showed the Krypton Camaro there.
The Hot Wheels, loop
both
display.
Both Hot Wheels car was unveiled there, the blue one and the orange one.
And yep. Now there's just not that much fanfare, and maybe that's just because they're just not finding financial return on that. I mean, but shoot, man, they sent me out to Pahrump, Nevada, to drive cars and all that, and then hang out with the greatest of all time dirt bike racer. Oh shoot, man, I forgot his name off the top of my head. What?
Ricky Carmichael.
Ricky Carmichael, yeah, coolest dude in the world to have a beer with. Now that's just not there, and if it's not worth it to him, that's cool. But I'll tell you something else. Something else that makes that show difficult is people that must take pictures of cars. They must. And they're doing it with their cell phones. They're not press. They're not media. They're taking pictures of the cars, and they block up traffic because they got to have a picture. All the pictures are available everywhere. Let the media be the ones that take the pictures. That's what they're there to do.
That's what I wish SEMA would do is, they let us in 30 minutes before the show's supposed to start.
Media,
I wish it would be 1 hour.
It used to be 1 hour.
30 minutes is just not enough time because you have to navigate all the way to where you're trying to get to. And it's not close normally. Every time it's not close.
Yeah.
And then generally there's a lot of people who are still like either setting up or other media. And it helps when you're there early. You don't have the crowds and you can get the angles you want without saying, can you hold on a second? Can you back off? Oh, your shadow's in the car. Can you hold on? It's impossible.
Well, yeah, and to be clear, I got no problems with people taking pictures of cars, but when you're trying to Chris, you and I, we are media, we are there to work and do our jobs, and when somebody's got to take a picture and it's super crowded, it is jammed all the time, and then when you wreck their shot because A, you don't see them standing there, or B, you just got to get through, and then they get all pissed at you for wrecking their cell phone picture.
Oh, well.
Like, sorry, man, but I got stuff to do. And I think that leads to the problem that you and I talked about before. I think they need to be tighter on who they let in there. I think there's way too many just general enthusiasts that just get in. And they're not there to be part of the industry. They're just there for the car show.
Right. Why does there have to be all these booth babes signing posters everywhere?
They're
generating lines everywhere.
And that's fine. The lines would be shorter if it was people that were A, in the industry, B, servicing the industry, and C, not, shoot, man, I saw somebody pushing a baby stroller around.
Yeah, I know.
And that's fine, but I don't think that's what, it's not a family event.
And they should ban suitcases too, because I couldn't tell you how many
rolling
times
luggage freaking things.
I've almost tripped over so many times.
Because they got to drag them 4 feet behind them. Yeah.
If I'm trying to make my way between the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they just make it for guys like us that go there to do a job, to actually do the job.
Yeah.
Other people they are the exception and not the rule. Most people are there for one business reason or another, and that's what it's for. But I think it'd be a lot easier if they got tighter on this is an industry only event.
Mm-hmm. What was your favorite part of the show?
Bitching about it just now, actually. I don't think I have a single favorite.
I really enjoyed the press event outside because we were up on that kind of like that stanchion to be able to get a better vantage point. And yeah. I really enjoyed seeing that blue convertible C8 and when they rolled out the C8R.
Right.
I really enjoyed seeing that outside.
That was pretty cool. Seeing Al again was great. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess seeing a lot of new products that are out there. Sometimes people say that performance vehicles are dead.
Right.
And if you look at the size of this freaking show, it's wrong. It's not wrong. That is incorrect, man. Performance vehicles are alive and kicking, electric or otherwise. And going to the new product segment and seeing that people still innovating something that really the goal hasn't changed ever since somebody could, since the first car was made. How can we make it faster? How can we make it perform better?
Right.
I think it's inherent in our DNA at some point. And to see all these new things still being made, new ways of going faster, and that's good. That's my favorite part as a whole. Otherwise, the meet and greet was awesome. New friends, cool friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for everybody who came out to that. Dave Hamburger is always there, and we got Lori and Jason Pord and Mario brought a friend. And who else was there?
Oh gosh, I lost track. A guy we know named Mark McCracken. We've known him for a long time. He's got this really cool app that I'll be delicate about this. It's a game. It's a car game on your mobile phone, and it's eaten into my morning reading time. So my Popular Mechanics magazines are starting to stack up because I've been playing this game. It's called Make Model, yeah. And it's like a head-to-head quiz where it shows like little close-ups of certain key elements of vehicles, and you have to guess the make and then the model faster than the guy you're up against. And it's really fun, and it kind of helps you test your car recognition. And it's just in its infancy. Check it out in the App Store. Make Model, I think, is the exact name of it. And it's fun to play. And I'd like to see somebody take me on. See if you can find me and challenge me, because it's fun to play. And then another company, friends of his, they got an app called Raider, which is just released. And I think this is cool too. I could have used it twice now. When you want to buy a car that's way too far to risk the drive if the car is not represented well. So you can pay somebody a small fee to go and look at it for you. And as it expands, you're going to be able to choose somebody to go and rate the car for you based on their experience. Like some people start saying, I'm expert in Camaros, but I don't know crap about Mustangs.
Oh.
So if you're looking at a Camaro on the other side of the country, you can trust that I know what I'm looking at and I know what to ask and I know what kind of pictures to take for you. And it's just in its infancy. It's R8TR rate. I think it's rate.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's a cool service.
Yeah, and Chris, you didn't get a chance to talk to him. I know because you were working the other side of the room, basically. But super cool guys, man. And like I said, it's just in its infancy. And you can also make money as a rater, like I could if I'm an expert in Camaros, as I am. I could make this. Oh shoot, man! There's a a ZL1 that's 6 miles from my house, and I'm just making numbers up, but it's a percentage of the cost. So I'll make $80 by going and looking at it, taking pictures and noting things that the buyer might want to know.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's kind of like Uber for checking out cars for somebody.
That's cool.
So check both of those apps out in the store. Tell us what you think because they're run by genuine car enthusiast dudes. So they were there. meant to talk about that.
Yep. Who else was? Manny. Manny came.
Manny was there. Manny spent most of the week in the hotel room banging out articles for musclecarsandtrucks.com. And we were pretty much at the show floor feeding him pictures and information so he could write articles about. And he's an editorial machine, man. He is nonstop. And we talk about Muscle Cars and Trucks a lot because we really support it and we're glad to be a part of that. Manny just, like I say, is nonstop. So check out the new articles all about SEMA. There's tons of them there.
Tons. I also wanted to say we have quite a few voicemails piling up, but due to the nature of the show, it's already well past our normal time that we talk. We're going to be trying to fit these in over the next week or two, depending on how many more we get in. So yeah, we have like 6 of them piled up right now. So if you did call, it should be in there.
Yep.
And we will get to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm just kind of randomly trying to think of memories. My genuine worst part about SEMA, the cost of food and drinks.
Oh my God! You know how we were talking about Popeyes, right? The chicken sandwich. Actually,
not SEMA, Vegas. We'll just say Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, when I tried that Popeyes chicken sandwich here in Detroit, it's $3.49 for the sandwich only.
Right.
In Las Vegas, it's $9.99.
Yep.
That's nuts, bro. It's nuts. So the breakfast.
The first time I went to SEMA, I think 2003 or 4. I got to go back and look at it. And I was with the crew from Full Throttle Speed. That's when I was working for them at the time. And so we all went out there, and we went out to dinner at Margaritaville, right there on the Strip. First time at SEMA, maybe the 5th or 6th time in Vegas. You're pretty excited about it. We ordered some drinks and had a big mound of nachos and everything. And I know it was on the pricey side because it is it's a premium area for stuff like that. But I remember the quality was really good. The drinks were great. They're worth the money. And then we left. So my wife, as I mentioned, were there. We went and had dinner there at the Margaritaville on the Strip. We each had 2 salads. I had a chicken Caesar salad. She had like some sort of Southwest chicken salad. And then we shared like a 44-ounce margarita that was mostly margarita syrup. Like it was like it was the kind when you eat too much cotton candy and you feel the sugar coating your throat, and you have to kind of cough it up. That's how that margarita was. It wasn't even worth calling a margarita. It was like pretty much like Kool-Aid with extra crap in it. $67 for 2 salads in a 40-ounce or 44, whatever it is, margarita. That's it. That's all we got. $67. And the quality of both salads was absolute crap.
Wow.
I was just like, dude, this sucks.
I wouldn't say I had anything bad to eat there, but the pricing I did notice on the food was exorbitantly high. For a couple scoops of eggs, a couple pieces of bacon with some hash browns and a biscuit and a coffee, $22, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right.
I was like, oh my goodness. But I mean, what are you going to do? I guess you could walk the Strip and go try and find a McDonald's or something. But
Well, the weird part is that you go to the In-N-Out Burger, get a cheeseburger, $3.49.
yeah, that's right. We went to In-N-Out.
Winner. Yeah,
In-N-Out.
shady folks hang out there though.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, always a good time.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, it really. I mean, I know that they're going to charge more because it's basically a tourist trap. But man, that's just ridiculous.
It is.
Well, shoot, at the meet and greet at Level Up.
Oh, I know.
I'm
The
like,
cost of beer. Oh my gosh.
oh, okay, yeah. You guys like, what do you want? And I'm like, you know what? I know they make them kind of on the weak side, so I said, can I get a double vodka and sugar-free Red Bull? All right. And I was playing a video slot machine at the time. I had like $30 in it.
Yeah.
What usually happens when you order a drink at a bar when you're playing the video slot machine?
It's free.
Right. He goes, what kind of vodka you want? I'm like, what do you got? And he's like, blah, 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 blah. And I said, you know what? He said Tito's. And I'm like, I've never had Tito's. I'll try that. Okay. Comes back. That'll be $23.
Damn.
I was almost looking at him like, what? Well, it turns out now you got to sit there and play for a while. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to argue and be a dink about it. But now I know I paid for it. Basically $25 drink. And then after playing some video poker some more, a little coupon spit out of the little ticket redemption thing. Good for one free drink while playing. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go to, but it says tiny letters, restrictions apply. I'm like, oh boy. It says must be playing game at bar, to order. So then I ordered another one. I'm like, can I use this? He goes, I can't give you the same drink. What can I get? And he goes, you can get like rum. I said, give me a Captain and Coke, please. Okay. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's not like what it used to be. You can sit there and get pissed drunk and then gamble and lose all your money.
Wow.
I
didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was expecting it to be free because that's how it usually is.
Yeah. Huh.
Still free at the tables though. Found that out. And I lost a lot of money at the tables. A lot of money. I'm sad about it. I guess that's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm still jet lagged.
I know. I'm just sitting here going, oh, what time is it? Is it really almost 5 o'clock or is it 2 o'clock? Well, they're coming or going. I was at SEMA every day at 7 a.m. I was up at 5 a.m. every day at the media center at 7 a.m. the first day, 7:30 the next day. Oh boy. So yeah, like you said, don't know whether you're coming or going.
Yep.
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, dear listeners, we appreciate you listening to our random scattered rants and raves, but overall, it was a good show. It was cool. We got to see some more friends. Shout out to Chris Horton. Got to see him.
Cool.
Yep. Probably a bunch of other people we forgot.
And over the next couple of years, we'll probably be talking more about some particular things at SEMA, and maybe next week we'll have an interview with someone who you ran into at SEMA as well.
Yes, we will. And if you're a longtime listener, you're going to know what we talked about. I'd say it was at least a year or two ago that we talked about this and got an email from him. And
right.
I ran into him right there on the floor, and it was really cool.
That's cool. So we're going to bust on out of here, and I'm going to go drink some coffee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then I woke up to no coffee in the house because my wife drank it all and forgot that she needed to get more.
What?
Yeah.
That's grounds for divorce right there.
I was just saying grounds for divorce. All right, let's get out of here. I'm going to go find some coffee, too,
all right.
somewhere. I'm going to make my wife bring some home.
All right, we'll see you guys later. See
you, everybody.
Thanks for listening to The Camaro Show.
Don't forget, drop us a voicemail at 586-486-3182.
We'll see you next week. See ya.
The heck was that?